We would also like to listen to some of our folks who can share experiences with us, either about school or about whatever you have seen, this entire experience of coming into this fold of 1971 batch after 50 years. So I had checked with a couple of them. So I would first request R. Subramaniam, our dear friend Chubbu, to come and share his experience as to what he feels about the entire thing and what is his recall with respect to his school days. Because I remember going to school with him every day, and we would walk down all the way to King Circle School, and then it's just nostalgia as far as I'm concerned. Money, please come over. This is a free forum, anyone can speak, so there is nothing. So I have just checked with a few of them, so I wanted to specifically tell Subbu, Sheshan, and where is the other Subbu? Quite a few. Subbu. So I would love you folks to share your thoughts.
Thank you, Kollangod, Vishwanathan, Lakshminarayan. It has been very nice to be with all of you. And it just takes me to the time in the school after the SSC results were declared, and I had gone to the school to collect the mark sheet because the mark sheet did not come. But I was aware of the marks, because those are available in those days. But the mark sheet was not available, the entire mark sheet which was required for the college admission. And my dad had gone to Buddha College to take admission for commerce, and I had gone to the school. And I was waiting in the school to collect the mark sheet. It was taking time. And then after some time I realized my dad is already in the school. And he came rushing to me. I still remember the joy in his face when he told me that I went to the Buddha College and I was standing in a long queue there. A lot of people had already come before me. There was a huge queue there, and I was wondering how am I going to get admission for my son, who has done very well in SSC. He has got 76%, which is distinction, but still there is a big queue here. What is going on? Then he said, after a few minutes, and this crowd was just settling down in the queue, somebody from that office came and said, those of you who are here whose children have got more than 75%, you please come in a separate queue if you are aware of the percentage of your son and if you know his roll number. My father had taken his roll number, my roll number and the total marks, and so he got into that small queue of about maybe less than 10 people, and they asked for the roll number and they said, yeah, this is the percentage, and so provisionally we are giving you admission based on what you are given. Please collect the mark sheet from the school and then give it to us later on. It was such a joyous moment for me, because ultimately your joy is not just your joy, it is the joy of the people around you, and also joy of the people who are very close to you. And my dad being such a role model for me, I felt so good that day, that whenever I think of the school, that same feelings come to me. I just thought I'll share this with you. SIS school laid the foundation for a fantastic academic career that I had. I was one of those students in Podar College who had got first class in all the 6 years, 4 years of BCom. In those days, all the 4 years were college university exams. First year, inter, first BCom part 1, BCom part 2, and also in MCom part 1 and MCom part 2 we were together. The funniest part was in MCom part 2, when the results were announced, I was also doing my chartered accountancy and all that, so I just thought maybe I didn't pay enough attention for the MCOM part 2 exams. So I just saw in the second class, my roll number, those days the roll numbers used to be printed in the newspapers. So when I saw the list, my roll number is not there. Maybe I thought maybe, somewhere I goofed or I was overconfident. Then I just looked up to see, there's just one number which is in MCOM first class. That was my number. And of course, I am proud to share with you that in both intermediate CA and final CA, I got a rank, and then also in cost accounting and all that. So this is all I gratefully remember, the discipline and the culture South Indian school provided to all of us. Maybe that helped me in academics. Maybe I'm sure it has helped all of you in other areas. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was very enlightening for me. And of course, I will be failing in my duties if I don't say this. During our final year BCom, he was the only one who knew one particular question that used to come in accounts, called ratios, which none of us were very keen, and we all said that the choice will too long. But Chubbu showed us one particular problem. He solved and showed this is a debt equity ratio, this is this ratio, that ratio. He just showed this particular thing. And as luck would have it, in the exam, exactly the same problem came. And in my entire classroom where I was giving the exam, only I knew the answers because I had seen what he did, what he had done. So the whole class, nobody knew, and my paper was being floated around in all benches in that particular class. Mass copying happened. Purani College, I think. Purani College. So great memories, Mani, for bringing us back that. Sheshan, come over. We would like to. Another chartered accountant is coming here.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I am sitting here saying I am from SIS school, but I don't remember anything of 11 years of uneven stay there. But subsequent to the stay in SIS, the value of what SIS is was really felt by me when I started progressing in my career, and I did my CA, ICW, everything I also completed. And the journey began from SIS, which I really cherish from the point of view of the discipline which was imbibed through this thing like Satyam Nasti, Parodharma. But looking back into those years, what I remember only 2 or 3 things from the school days. One was during the break of 5th to 7th standard, we used to go to that science school, where we used to be in the barracks, and once in a week, the PT period, sometimes it's raining or something, there used to be music sessions. For great Flax Kelly used to be singing, one of the singers, and one of the things today I remember when he said Kati sir, is he used to sing the song Dada Rahe Mera Dil, and towards the end of the song he used to Ati sir's name is that. It was hilarious, really. So that I remember one thing very clearly. We used to enjoy that, and more or less it used to be a repeat quite a few times. Then we shifted as we went along. I used to play cricket in the school. So that is the only thing I remember. The various classes we used to play, and we used to spend a lot of good times. And as I progressed further down, somewhere in 2013, when you say that this Masti group was formed, I never knew about it, and that is the time when my daughter went to Australia. And I used to be going there, and I was in practice also. So all the times were being taken away by some travel somewhere, and the only dear friend who remained was Max. He used to call. So say the man around. So why don't you come? Why don't you join us? Every time I will be traveling somewhere. So I think I have missed almost all the musties that you have gone through which I saw today. It would have been really nice if I had been there. But at least the 70th meeting has overshadowed all that, and we are meeting at a place where we can reminisce on a lot of things that happened. The other thing, episode which I can very clearly tell all of you is that the biggest USP of that state. He gate crashed into my marriage, he keeps on saying. It was not gate crashing. Basically, my wife's mother had given an invitation to his mother, and he had seen that invitation card. We were not at that time having touch with any of the school students. So I didn't invite any of them, except a few. They are not here. So he came in straight, it was a pleasant surprise for me, and he said, very nice of you, I said, and that day I will not forget. After that, we never met for some time till 2013-15 started. For the music concerts, it is next to my door, Bani. Quite a few I attended, one outside my association also I attended. So that way we have kept touch. So he has been the fulcrum, basically, through whom I have been in touch with the 1971 batch. So this time when he called me 3 months back, I was to go to US, and he told me he gave me an award here, definite. And as per my calendar I was supposed to be. So I told my wife, she said, I don't know anybody knows, so do you want me to come? So I said, come and see for yourself, you will see. So she is also from San Premier School, and she stayed in the locality where most of the SAS students are going. So she knows a lot of them. So she is today here, and she has already met some 5 or 6 people whom she knows. So it's good. And thanks again, Blacks, for the keeping on giving information and giving the invitation. Thank you.
Subbu, come. Barclays City.
Thanks a lot. As Seshin pointed out, I have very little memory about the school days except the barracks in the Saran school which we had. Tiram ice cream, and there is a restaurant close by. Amrit Cafe, yeah. These are the only 2 things I remember, and also definitely the punishment gate and the headmaster of the school. The shocking thing is just one roll number difference makes a big change, right? He was 1 roll number after me, but he was the most super intelligent person. And when my mark sheet came, it was a bit of a shock. And I think my dad was very clear in telling that don't even try any college, go to Khalsa College, you'll get the admission, they will invite you. So I went running to Khalsa College. Believe me, they gave a royal invitation. And unlike chartered accountants, financial wizards, I chose organic chemistry and zoology as my subject in science. Yeah. And yeah, she was there in Khalsa, but I used to envy the Malayalam division in the school because that was a very close-knit group, like the D division and the other division. I think A division was the most super intelligent division. Yeah. So, yes, after doing my zoology and chemistry, without studying debt equity ratio or economics, I landed up in a bank. And I spent 41 years in banking, dissecting the balance sheet and actually studying the balance sheet and running the organization. So it was a mixed feeling, and I came to know about this group thanks to my Pushpa. I think she met Chubu in Art of Living
Get together.
get together.
But we met at KK Sut's wedding.
Before that. Long before that.
And he told that
I randomly asked him, what is your name? He said, Subramanian. I said, you are mine. Which school? He said, I said, you're fine.
so that's how I came to know. And then I think we met in KK's marriage. Then I joined the group. Yeah, it's a super great feeling to see a lot of faces. I should admit that many faces I didn't remember when I came here. And I think slowly when I see you more, I can recollect the old faces. And I think it's a great feeling to be meeting after several years. Thanks a lot to initiate, and thanks Jagaman and
Jairam and Sita are the main
coordinators.
They are support.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Subbu. Visalakshi from A Division, Ingo Pandra. We would like to listen to you also, because only these boys are talking. So we need someone from our batch. So I would love. And again, for next 10 minutes we have where any of you who feel like sharing anything, Sadashivan, you are welcome to also share your thoughts. And some of the spouses who have come, please feel free to share what you think about something you might have gone through. Oh, lovely, we have one. Oh, we have two of them. So after Vishal, sorry, I have already invited her. After Vishal, we will. Yeah. Oh, we want some kind of a glamour also, man. See, intelligence. But my dad used to say intelligence is a gift after all, and nobody can be blamed for not possessing it.
Hi everybody. It's such a pleasure to be with all of you today. After 54 years, I'm seeing some of them after 54 years today.
71.
Yeah. And after 71. Okay, I just wanted to narrate one incident. My name is Visalakshi and her name is also Visalakshi. She is from F Division. In the 4th standard, I think, we had some cultural program, and I was unwell actually, so I was taking part in some dance. So my mother had brought Horlicks for me to have, and when the PU did not allow her to come to the thing wherever I was, so he just asked for the name, okay. And then when the PU came and asked for Visalakshi, she thought that she had her mother had sent Horlicks for the thing. And when I went home, my mother asked me, so the Horlicks, Tanda, sorry ma nilya unaku. I said, Horlicks ah? And I came to know the next day that the other Visalakshi had come. So that was that incident.
I came to know this story from her.
Me only, yeah.
From her recently, not during our school days. I owe you one Horlicks. Not Horlicks, some women's Horlicks.
Bonding has become stronger, yeah.
Having come here, I would like to add a few words. Nothing much to say, except that this is the only place which brings the child in us. Yes, with others, with college students, with college mates and relatives and everybody else, we are kind of, we draw a line, we are reserved, but this is the only crowd, your school friends, the friends with which you grew up together, you laughed, you joked and you played and you fought, all those things we have done. This is the only place where we go back to that age. We become that child again, that is the beauty of this group, being with childhood friends, and we should really never lose the child in us. Keep it going.
And thanks to Sita and Jairam for organizing this and making us all meet today. Thanks, Jairam. And thanks, Sita. Where is Sita? She's out here.
Busy eating.
Oh,
Sita.
chocolate. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you. Just like Johnson and Johnson's, I'll say thank you, Vishalakshi and Vishalakshi. Moving on, sir. Varun. He's already, sir, he's already on his way. Okay. Next, sir.
நான் வந்து தமிழ் தான் பேச போகிறேன், இங்கிலீஷில் அப்புறம் தான். நான் from my 1964 batch SIS school 11th C and
1964 ரமணி தெரியுமா 1964
I don't remember batch வந்துட்டு all we got together because of Ichu was organizing everything. And Nagambat who stays somewhere in Chembur, and we had to get together one in SIS school main hall, and the other one was in Chembur Chimkara. And the organizer issue is no more now. Last year only stayed, and just a month back his first anniversary is over. We all miss him, and this 1971 batch, my wife Lakshmi Ramchandran was trying for a very long time, and Lakshmanan somehow she came in contact with Lakshmanan, and Lakshmanan gave her some names and everything. It got circulated, and I wanted to. Last time we had a small get together where Geeta and her husband and madam had come.
Some pictures also.
We had to get to the Armor or something, and there also we attended. Gigi, Girija or somebody from Thane, she also came. And after that we had a small get together. And during that time it was cool that we were going to Alibag. And funny thing about SAS school I wanted to tell you. So when you get into the school, you know, we are all 6 brothers and 1 sister. So by paying the fees, you know, for the first 2 children, no, we used to pay the full fees, and all the other children, no, they were pay only half fees. That is the beauty of SAS school. No, and the fees was hardly 2 rupees or 3 rupees, something like 20 or 30 rupees it will come. Even to pay that 30 rupees, my parents used to struggle. Our financial position was very bad. Now we have got all everything at our disposal, and for one child we are spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees. I don't know where it is going to. Anyway, the children are happy, and we are spending like anything for the child. Whatever he asks, we are giving. Whatever we could not get, you know. Even I remember when we were small children, even to have the school, same school uniform we used to have for all the brothers. And some Anachi will come, he will teach the clothes and everything. And parents will get stitches for everybody. Color dress we don't have. And this was the life we were leading. Now our financial position has improved, and top and down and everything we got. But we should not forget our past. Even the children, what they need education. Don't spoil, don't spoil. This is my humble request.
தமிழ்ல ஆரம்பிச்சார், ஆனா ஆங்கிலத்தில் முடிச்சார்.
Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to every one of you for completing 70 years. It's a great occasion to be there. And I'm here on behalf of Lakshmi. I'm married to Lakshmi. She's from E division, I believe so.
Yes, sir.
And I myself, not from SIS, I'm from SIWS. Normally, yours is SIS. I mean, those days, as you know, the choice for the parents is to be very simple. It is SIS or SIWS. We happen to be from a South Indian Brahmin community. You know. And what decides which school you go to I think there are 2 or 3 aspects. One is your sibling, your elder sibling, obviously brother or sister, in whichever school they go, automatically you probably tend to get into the same school. And otherwise what happens is your cousins or your neighbors, maybe in the same building, they are going to that SIS or SIWs, okay, so my child also is going to go to the same school. The other most important aspect used to be the distance, how far is the distance to the school from your place. Now, I used to tell my friends very jokingly, because many of my cousins are from SIS actually. And sometimes they often ask me, Gopal, why did you go to SIWs and not SIS? No, we used to stay in Matinga those days, my childhood. And we stayed back opposite Bhajan Samaj, if you know, on Telang Road, Mohan mentioned building. And SIS school used to be, Indian Yukana, that is where. Quite a walking distance from my place, actually. But SIWs used to be near Napo Hall.
Yes.
I'm talking about the primary section those days. And the distance from my place to Napo Hall used to be closer, probably, than because the SIS, you would cross the Indian Yukana and then go around. I'm just saying off the cuff that many of my sister, of course, went to SIWs. And my building, of course, quite a few children went to SIWs. These are the factors which used to be decide which school you go to. Both are very great institute. SIS, of course, went on to build a great college, and even today probably stands out to be the #1 college between, Dadar and Chembur, you can say, that part of Bombay. But the fact is that both are great institutions. SIWs, where I grew, have been built by Saraswati Amman, as you know, Nalpajas, Bhutaswamy, Krishnamurti sir, obviously, Vandarajan sir. Great. And unfortunately, what has happened, thanks to today's social media, we also have a group now. All these groups started forming in the last 5 to 10 years, and we also have I'm from 1971 batch. I passed out in 71.
Oh, like us.
Okay.
Same, like us.
Same. Not 71.
Yeah, 71.
She is from 71. You must be
I am
60.
75, 67.
Oh, sorry. College is 71.
After college.
67. 67 batch. I passed out. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that.
Jolly 71.
So we also have a batch today, the WhatsApp group, and then subsequently we started meeting also. And I joined this group about probably 3 years back. They have been in existence for the last 6-7 years. So we also have get-togethers like this, but we haven't come out for a picnic like this, off day. We just have a gathering for a day, probably, that kind of a thing. But it is wonderful to be here because it's the first time that I happened to come to the SIS group and then, talking to you and meeting all of you. And all this happened probably thanks to Geeta and Jairam, who we actually met in Trichy last year for a wedding. And then that is how we got we got acquaintance rather in the first place. And then when I used to tell Lakshmi that why should I be coming into your school gathering, she used to say, no, Jairam, Geeta, our friend Geeta and Gurli, so you should just join us, it should be good fun.
Thanks, Lakshmi.
And then certainly it's been good fun all this time. Since morning we have been enjoying the day, and it's great. And I'm once again wish all of you a great 70th birthday, and all the best for future. Thank you.
That's very inspiring. Who else? We have.
Good. Talking of SIWs, I want to say something.
Oh, you are part of SIWs only.
Yeah, I was in SIWS till 2nd standard. The same reason. My father used to take us to drop us in Napu Hall and go to office. Matunga station was nearby. He will be running. We will be just running behind, catching up with him. Unfortunately, he passed away when I was in 2nd standard in a train accident.
And but that's why the SIS thing came up basically because my brother, eldest brother, I am the youngest and eldest brother was a professor in SIS college.
Oh my God.
So the board, SIS board called my brother, bring all your brothers, sister to SIS, no fees will be charged. That was so wonderful decision. So till SSC we never paid fees. Wonderful. All my brothers, my sister. Whatever. See, 5 rupees on the card. You cannot say 5 rupees time. Subramaniam, A.V. Subramaniam. He married his professor colleague. He is an Iyengar.
With your father, by the way.
So he became my father, probably. He was 24.
He passed away in an accident.
And between Matunga and Dadar, he fell down from the train. So it was unfortunate. So, that is, SIS was a wonderful institution. By this thing, we default we came here. And after SSC also, economically backward class no scheme. I did my engineering free of cost. In the Gata, engineering seat paisa. So really thankful to SIS. My brother and Manni is also from SIS. She's an Iyengar. They got married and continued there. He completed his doctorate. So yeah, met my brother. So,
See, despite all our jokings and other things about SIS and SIWS,
Amma,